My name is Anton Aslabi, and I would like to welcome you all to my process speech. As Mike DeLorenz, NHL's Director of Social Media Marketing, once said, that social media isn't about websites and building websites, it is about the experience that you get from it. Social media has become the main, the primary source of communication between people, but with it came diseases and mental illnesses such as depression, loneliness, and low self-esteem. As the Tactics magazine states, that spending 3 hours a day, that the average person, if spends 3 hours a day or more on social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc., is at high risk of being a subject of mental diseases and mental illnesses. Throughout the speech, I will be talking about the pros of social media and how it has enhanced interactions between people, how it bridged people together, and how it it helped people come close together. On the other hand, I will be talking about how, if misused, it could result into mental illness and mental diseases. And also throughout the speech, I will be talking about mental illnesses such as depression, loneliness, and low self-esteem, and also I'll be talking about social media platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Fundamentally, to start things off, I will begin talking about how social media bridged the gap between people and brought people together, and and made communication much easier, much fun, and much entertaining. Take for example students. Nowadays, many students take the chance to go to abroad universities, travel internationally to pursue the dreams of becoming what they aspire to be. But the problem with that is that when the student does this, he leaves behind in his homeland his loved ones, his family, his friends, and everybody he knows. For example, I did that. I came here and to California, the United States, from Bethlehem, Palestine. I left my dad, my sisters over there. And it has been very hard for this student to communicate with his family back home. But with the social media enhancement and development, it made it way easier, way more entertaining, and way faster. As the Medium article states, that social media made communication so fun by offering a fun filter, cool text, the ability to comment, like on photos, and the use of bitmojis, emojis, and so much more. So it is not only enhanced, but it is enhanced in a way that it is interactive, it is fun for both sides. So after talking about the pros of social media and how it enhances relationships, I will be moving on to talking about how social media could lead to mental illness. As we all know, and I stated before, social media is considered the primary source of communication between people. But the problem is that when the average individual realizes social media as his or her only way of communication and eliminates other face-to-face interactions and other types of interactions, he is being a subject. He is letting himself to be a subject of mental illness. Where if I spend way too much time sitting at home, texting from my room, texting my friends, playing with them video games, and doing other more, I am becoming a subject to loneliness, where I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to talk to myself. I just want to be in my own circle of virtual friends, and I don't want to enhance my face-to-face interactions. And on the other hand, I could be as well depressed, where I have these black thoughts, and I could be mentally suffering, which is on many accounts. It happened, and it will happen. So to solve this issue, let us begin talking about how every individual could have the right balance of social media interactions and face-to-face interactions, which this right balance could lead to a healthy state of mind. And I believe that everyone, regardless of the age, young or old, should monitor her or his way of communications, where we cannot only depend on social media interactions, but we ought to have a balance between us going up and talking to people, introducing ourselves to people, and enhancing our day-to-day interactions, face-to-face interactions, and on the other hand, having our own small bubble of social media where we can introduce ourselves to people and common curiosity, and fulfill our curiosity. And I believe that it all starts up with the parents. Parents should monitor their child from a young age, where, if you could see the figure below, states that 75.3% of children use 75.3% of children rely and use, averaging age of 10 years old, rely and use their smartphone as their main device of communication, or like to play, to do any other things. So to monitor their interactions, to monitor their communications is a vital role. And as stated in Cambridge in Love Online article, Jenkins' characteristics in the story had a young son who got introduced to this girl online. Jenkins encourages his son to get introduced to this girl online, but on the other hand, when it was the right time for them to meet face to face, Jenkins also encouraged that, and he states that when the right time came, we took a flight from Cambridge to Omaha so my son could have the face-to-face experience and face-to-face interaction with this girl, which is very important. As a result, in conclusion, and to top things off, I would like to state, as I've stated previously, that indeed social media is an enhanced way of communication. Indeed, it has changed a lot of people's life and bridged, and we cannot forget about the pros. But on the other hand, it is a very vital piece, that to have the balance between the real life interactions and social media interactions, where we cannot eliminate one of them and just rely on the other. And in conclusion, Germany Kent stated in her article, many people are unhappy because they believe their life is much worse off than somebody else projected image on social media, which that could also lead to mental illnesses and diseases, and mental illness and mental diseases, such as depression, where we are depressed because the image that portrays online is not the image is the image that we want to be, but we can't be there. So I would like to encourage everybody to work together to bridge the gap. Thank you and have a wonderful day.